Alright guys, so in the previous video we did a how to make your own build. We made a experimental Spirit Mirage build. Now we're gonna test the build and then figure out if it's good. And we're gonna figure out if it needs to make changes. Because after you have made your build, you have to test it, you have to make revisions. And this game, we're gonna try to discuss throughout the entire game what works and what doesn't work and how to play it. So we gotta lock in for this one. We gotta lock in. So we're just gonna try to get some last hits. Try to put some stacks on them.
Time.
Wait.
Target's down.
Okay.
This should buy me the time I need. They will learn to fear the power of the Jinn.
So already now you see that my health is on 300. So let's just buy extra regen now.
On the inside.
Make sure we always stay topped off.
Hope my team can capitalize on this.
So, one thing we can already now assess is we can see what team comp they have. We don't know what item builds they're gonna go for yet, but we can already tell that we know that Haze is gonna have a lot of bullet lifesteal. We know that Dynamo has a lot of healing. Of course, Toxic Bullets is better against Abrams and Shiv and so on, but it's still a healing reduction bleed that is always very good to have. And it's also great against Bebop because his ult has 100% lifesteal. So, right now the only thing we need to focus on is getting through the laning phase. We know that our the build we made is kinda late game focused. It has some pretty expensive oh god. It has some pretty expensive combo items. So that means that we're not overly aggressive
of the Jinn are
in the laning stage. Oh boy. No! That was too obvious. Oh, that was too obvious. I should have just light melee'd him. Ay, ay, ay. Oh my god, I missed all my scarabs. No. I hate those scarabs, man.
Good work, Ray.
Need help on yellow. Thanks.
So, as soon as we get 3,000 souls, we want to start using our ult to help the side lanes. So that's why now we have our ult. Warden, do you want to go for Bebop? I can teleport to you.
Now's not a good moment, but maybe in a little bit.
Go up. You need more protection.
Okay, let me know.
You know where to find it.
Oh, there's 3 people here.
Oh, now's good.
Now?
Well, too late.
Sorry, I was being tower dived.
They will taste of that.
I see
Well,
some
that was awkward.
appreciates fine craftsmanship.
You can go whenever now.
Okay, I'm porting on Bebop now. Go, 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 go.
This is just the beginning.
Good job.
One less threat to worry about.
So this is what I meant, guys, is that like when you hit 3,000 souls, you instantly want to gank one of the solo lanes because it takes so long to fly back to the solo lanes now. Bebop is gonna be so far behind Warden.
I see Paradox.
3k total? Yeah. So whenever you've hit 3k total souls gathered, you get your ultimate ability. Okay, so now we've reached the stage. Now we've hit 7 minutes, so now all the creeps spawned. We don't really clear creep camps very fast. We can kill the bottom one pretty quickly, I think, but mainly we want to push lanes and fight for now. See, it doesn't really do that much damage, but because we have a lot of monster rounds, this is why monster rounds is good. I could have used Scarab.
Only one of us gets to walk away.
I see the sniper.
Okay, you know what? It's actually not that bad with monster rounds and
Let's see them
Scarab.
outrun the
Got
wind.
swing X.
Yeah, I'm coming, I'm coming.
Oh, she got it off.
The storm comes for you.
Oh god. Okay, I trolled. I should have tornadoed much earlier. My thought process there was to tornado in the direction he was facing, but then I ended up getting inside the tower. So I was just... I'm coming back.
The wind will catch them.
There we go.
Hope you got that too earlier.
Okay. Well, that turned out better than... So, like, you want to... And this is what, like, we had this discussion in chat where people wanted to farm for Ricochet instantly. And my argument was that, like... This is kind of what you want to do. You want to pressure the side lanes with, like, ult rotations, and you rotate faster.
Is my life.
Okay, now we'll leave one creep left so it doesn't respawn since we're on the enemy territory. Oh, thanks. Ooh.
I will heal.
So yeah, whenever your ult is up, you gotta be like hyper aware. So already now, 1 second, I'm just gonna try to see what's going on here.
Good work, Polly.
Okay, let me see here. Let's get our soul
Hey,
shredder
you're
now.
making history.
Already now we can start to assess how well the build is going. Like, are we happy with how the early game went? I'm pretty happy with the early game. Do we have the necessary tools to jungle? Jungling is still a little bit slow, but that's just this character in general. Another thing I'm noticing now is that I don't know if I needed Soul Shredder before Toxic Bullets. Because Soul Shredder has very good synergy with Toxic Bullets. But I have a feeling that I could have bought Soul Shredder after Toxic Bullets instead. Because that's where most of my spirit damage is coming from now. So because I've already gotten like
They will die by the sword.
a 3k souls in my bag now, I'm actually gonna skip right to Toxic
We live in
Bullets.
interesting times, don't we?
Because this is something you can like sometimes do depending on how good your farm is.
I'm gonna run it, I think.
So now we can already see that like the synergy is already starting to form. Now Toxic Bullet and Soul Shredder is applying stuff. And this one also will do damage and be empowered by Soul Shredder. And then when we get to super late game, escalating exposure is also gonna make it so they take a lot more damage from it.
Have fun. Don't get dead.
Someone mentioned actually,
Is
is it too late? Is it too late to sell it? Maybe it is. Yeah, it is. Okay. Someone mentioned the Mystic Shot, and I'm still not sold on whether or not using Mystic Shot or Slowing Bullets or both. But we're just gonna stay with Slowing Bullets for now. So right now, our like jungle speed isn't super good, but oh god, they're both here again.
our purple guardians been there?
These guys just won't leave me alone.
Yo, I'm gonna take the teleporter and come behind purple.
Okay. Bebop is here still.
This should disorient them. I won't die today.
Okay, there we go. We dodged the bomb damage.
There's a big soul ball down there if you want to grab that wraith.
In this situation, this is kind of where I enjoy being now. Because I haven't gotten the greatest jungling speed, I can now create a lot of pressure on the map. And I can teleport over to fights. Now, imagine if we were trying to rush Ricochet now. We would have tons of unsecured souls. We would have much less damage. And we would be much less likely to be efficient if we ever go for a team fight.
You can't stop the wheel!
Alrighty, Roo. So yeah, so again, I know a lot of people talked about getting Ricochet for early farm. Again, this depends on like the idea behind your build, like we talked about, right, in the previous video. If your idea is to like farm in the jungle for ages and then come out with Ricochet and then get ahead, then maybe that works. But I just think that his toolkit is so good for these like early rotations. So for instance, what I can do now, I can try to shove this lane really quickly. And I can still instantly teleport to my teammate whenever there's a fight. Pocket, you want it to teleport on you?
No, the hate is gone. She's almost dead.
Okay. So yeah, I'm just doing the...
They won't forget the day they crossed me.
I'm just doing my split push.
They cower before us.
Doing my split pushing duty right now.
The spirit urn is waiting to be claimed.
I don't think it's worth suicidating for. They're all coming.
You can take urn with the ult, by the way. You start grabbing the urn and then channel.
Yeah, I know. I just think it's so lame.
It's okay. I'm standing over here. I'm ready for you whenever you are.
Okay, I guess I'll do it. But I'll do it once.
Oh, you're gonna do it 10 times. We're gonna win soon.
Okay, guys. Don't do this. Don't do this. This is lame.
Our new guardian has been
Don't do this.
defeated.
That's lame. That has to get fixed. It's just so broken, bro.
I will not fear the shadow! Only one of us gets to walk away.
When Ivy does it, it's cool. Okay, Ivy has some counterplay though. Okay, so now we're in an interesting position, guys. We suddenly got a big influx of farm. So if you notice here, we would normally go for these items. In this case, since we already have the default combo pieces, I'm actually happy with just buying Ricochet. Also because
Still a
then
hell of a
we are
buy,
getting rid
Mirage.
of all the unsecured souls in the process. And now we are suddenly quite strong, and now we're farming much faster as well. So now we have most of the synergy already active. We have Ricochet applying the dots.
I can't let these go to waste.
Their dreams.
We have Ricochet applying the dots. We're chilling. And now we can like discuss what is the next issue at hand. So one of them is ammo size. So there are a few ways to address this. For instance, like I told you in the optional section, we put Quicksilver and Active Reload. I personally think that Quicksilver is a bad idea here because you don't really want to pop it early. But I do see a world where Active Reload can be really good.
My friend,
So we can
here's your
always
chance to shape your destiny.
consider that. But now we are suddenly becoming a
They will suffer.
farming demon. And because we have slowing bullets, as well as the slow on the stack build, we're also quite disruptive on the... we are quite disruptive just by shooting at people. But I think Active Reload would fit pretty well in here, to be honest. We have monster rounds we can sell. I definitely think that it does feel like Active Reload makes a lot of sense to me. Also, just to make sure that you can still apply the stacks whenever you're in a fight. And the cool thing is that now that we can see that all the... And again, this is like... let me see here. So let's just get duration extender. And let's just get active reload too. I generally think that's good here. If you're focused on ganking other lanes, wouldn't improve the cooldown make a lot of sense? Not necessarily. That depends on where your focus lies. One thing is to have your ult and be ready to use it, and another thing is to build for it. Are we fighting there? I can teleport.
I think he's just gonna ball out. Yeah. Or were you talking to the other side?
I wasn't, but... Let's see.
I fight for my allies.
So... Again, like I mentioned also, guys, I mentioned earlier how it really depends on what your idea behind how you're gonna play. I'm porting in here. I'm going in. Nice, a little free kill
Is
there.
everyone okay?
Hello. Oh, Shiv is going in there. My point was just that, like, if you have like a sudden spike in money, it is okay to rush Ricochet if you already have your combo pieces. I just think that some people, they just like make their entire build around rushing Ricochet, even though it's not necessarily good at that specific time. So in this case, it was good because I had that money available, and it also, in a lot of cases, will clear out your unsecured souls. I think we're just gonna wait for escalating now. Once we get escalating now, then we will really be cooking. Okay, so now that we've like finished, we've gotten through the early game and the mid game. It's time to do a little assessment, what worked and what didn't work. So for instance, we noticed that we definitely needed active reload because we felt like we were lacking ammo. So then we changed that. So until next time, we would put it in somewhere else. We noticed that Soul Shredder wasn't needed before after you have toxic bullets because that's where the synergy comes into place. So what this means is that both Soul Shredder and Spirit Lifesteal probably should come after toxic bullets. And the same goes for Mystic Vulnerability. So essentially, after this game, we will switch around the order of these and put toxic bullets all the way up next to slowing bullets. Oh, there's another opportunity. We're going in. Oh god.
I am blessed by the genius.
Should we just do boss?
Yes. We need a pick on either Shades or...
If I have to go hunt or something.
No, you cannot edit builds in-game.
Just do the whole thing.
There's the professor.
Okay, so now we're...
Okay, Dynamo ult is up, and he's coming in.
Oh god. I want to really get my...
Up.
Okay, this is risky, but I want to buy my escalating exposure before this. Okay, here we go.
That's a big pick right
Good work, Ray.
All right. Now we can start to cook. So now this is our main power spike. So because we planned to make a combo around escalating exposure.
Only a fool opposes the genius.
Plan to make a combo around escalating exposure. This is our power spike. This is when we are the strongest. So now we wait for escalating to tick.
I'm just gonna go back and finish boss.
I hit 3 of them. I hit 3 of them with my ult. Might as well.
Another cool thing, by the way, and this is something to think about, what kind of team comp there is. Oh! Wait! Wait! You got hit by a ricochet bullet. Another thing to think about is also like how can you adjust all your combos? Oh, by the way, this casting buff is huge. Adjust your combos based on what you're playing against. So for instance, we have a pocket on our team and he can lower their health down to 1 with this deflection. So what this means, if pocket ults someone and you start shooting them, you should wait. Instead of clicking it, you should just wait until it runs out, because then you're increasing the chance of the pocket ult to lower them to below the kill
I haven't
threshold.
seen this Bebop use his laser once.
Okay.
Someone's using their noodle.
So now we're starting to sell the items like we said when we made the guide. We're definitely planning to sell these too eventually. We are blessed with quite a lot of flex slots. And yeah, we're kind of chilling so far.
Can we go on this boat maybe?
Let's see, how much damage does that do to Haze? Okay. If you replace Hollow Point with Mystic Shot escalating... Ooh! Wait. That's not a bad idea. That instantly... Because we don't do any... Does Mystic Shot go with Ricochet too? Wait, that's a good idea actually.
Well, someone's looking
Okay,
to make a statement.
The only issue now is that we have a lot of gun items. Oh boy.
It's time.
You only have one strike left.
Apply stacks. Stacks for everybody. Oh, he's on 8x. One more for 12. Oh, that's a lot of damage, actually.
If you think this is impressive, wait until I get done.
Sending tornado! Skip strike!
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Nature's really low.
You have proved
Oh.
yourself.
Okay.
Good game.
So, now it's time to discuss the game. So this is where we learn. Now we go back into the build and we start going through what changes do we want to make. One thing I just want to check
I
quickly
got one of those for the missus.
is if I do this.
Someone's looking to make a statement.
Okay, it still starts building. And if you have
Hope your
escalating,
trip to New York is a memorable
it starts an escalating proc instantly. Okay. Okay. So the first thing we noticed was that Toxic Bullet needs to come before Soul Shredder, Mystic Vulnerability, and Spirit Lifesteal, because that's kind of the main one that procs all of those things. So we're moving this up here. We can still do slowing bullets first, and then all of these come after. You're gonna have to be selling one of these really quickly. So I wonder if like there's no point in buying this just to sell it again this quickly. And Hollow Point we kind of want to save for later. So I wonder if we just actually no, it's probably fine. Soul Shred, because this one isn't necessarily important to get straight away. So we can do Soul Shred, Flex slot 1. Rush Ricochet after Toxic if you are ahead. Because we noticed that we were in a situation where we suddenly had a lot of souls, then getting a Ricochet and easily going backwards and farming these items afterwards makes sense. The other thing we talked about was active reload. It definitely helps a lot to have active reload. And this is another item that it also helps you early on and in the laning stage and in farming in general. So I think we actually put it right up here. There is one issue with this, and that is the amount of weapon items we have. The other question is like, well, slowing bullets are quite synergetic because once you ricochet, you slow everybody. But it is a valid question to be like, okay, maybe we take that one out because once you apply, it's essentially just so it's easier to hit people on long range to keep applying it. I felt like this was good because it also helps me chase people down because we don't have that much movement speed in this build now. I don't think we needed Mystic Shot. I think there's too many weapon items and I would much rather have active reload. And I noticed that in a lot of cases we are very far away and it's very easy to miss the first Mystic Shot anyway. So unfortunately this game that we just played, it didn't last for that long, but we managed to get to our combo pieces. So we got to like, it's all about like, why are you making this build? What is it for? And how is it gonna work in game? It was a little bit hard to like talk about all the choices and stuff while we were playing, but I hope this gave some sort of like insight to how we made a build in the previous video, then we played a game with this in this video, and then we made changes along the way based on what happened and like how it felt. And then we adjusted our build afterwards, and then you just keep making revisions over and over and over again until you have a build that you're very happy with that works in a bunch of different scenarios. So I hope this was very helpful, and I hope you guys would like to leave a comment down below of how you make your own guides, what are helpful tips, and also please don't forget to subscribe if you enjoy the daily educational content. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.